to another edition of the Pizza Cave here on a Saturday, February 27th, 2016. I'm Roger Castillo alongside me, Fredis Pizza Man, Andy, and, well, I'm going to go by their Twitter handles because, unless you want me to go by their names.
No, go by their Twitter handles.
All right.
Yeah.
So, to my left and my right here, I have fake Jim Price, and I also have Tigers Ball Boy. Gentlemen, welcome. How you guys doing?
Good morning, good morning.
Great.
We just need fake Dan Dickerson. That'd be great.
Yeah, is that real?
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
there can be one
Start
pretty
it
good.
up. There you go. Who wants it?
Corey's
It's over. Hold on a second.
Before we start talking baseball, I wanted to go ahead and get Freddie and Andy's picks. And cool, God, Andy, look at your sunburn. Jeez.
Oh yeah, that's legit, bro. Well, I don't look at it as a sunburn. I look at it as a good base tan.
A good base tan.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay, so let's have.
Yeah.
All right, so Freddie, what's your picks for the week?
I gotta find him here. There we go. I was on Sunday. Today's Saturday, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Kudos yesterday. Oakland needed a big win yesterday against UND. What was it? One triple-double for Khalil Felder, right?
Oof.
Yeah. That boy's NBA bound.
Yeah, he's no joke.
All right. Today I'm gonna go 2 picks today in the NBA. You got a couple picks today?
You know, I'm gonna do the Red Wing Avalanche game.
Oh, look at you. All right. We got the Pistons at Milwaukee, +2. Give me the Pistons. They're going to win this game all right. Don't even worry about covering. They're going to win. And then we're going to go back to one I guaranteed a couple weeks ago. It was on the ABC game, and they're playing again.
Oh, good game tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, Golden State at Oklahoma City.
Okay, what's
A couple weeks ago, I guaranteed it, and Golden State ended up winning that game. But today, I guarantee you, Golden State's going to get killed today by 30 points.
Stop.
No, what? They're on the tail end. They're on the tail end of an 8-game road trip. This is their last game.
Yep.
Bet your mortgage, your car payment, everything on Oklahoma City. Plus,
I want to get sued, Freddie.
Yeah.
don't sue me. Sue my corporation.
Yeah.
Plus 3.5 at home, Oklahoma City, all day. I'm telling you, Oklahoma City is going to be a big win for them. Statement game.
Wow. That's some balls there, Freddie, and I give you a lot of credit for saying that.
Well, Freddie,
you're right. It's the tail end of
balls,
an 8-game trip, but Golden State can't seem to miss. Especially, you saw the percentage yesterday of the 3-point percentage that Stephen Curry is shooting at.
Sick.
So today we're going to be talking.
We got to get his pick. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead, Andy. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Just real quick, kind of to piggyback on the alumni game from last night, which I don't know if you guys watched. Fantastic, loved it. Like, I hate the Avalanche again, all of a sudden. So vested interest tonight. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to Avalanche, dude. I mean, I want to be a homer. Obviously, I want the Wings to win.
Is Patrick Waugh playing goalie tonight?
I tell you what, I think he could, right? I really do.
He's gonna coach him and go?
Yeah, he looks sweet.
Pete
But yeah,
Rose?
give I think Avalanche are probably going to take it. I don't know what the line is, probably 1 and a hook or something. But I got a feeling our boys are going to fall on the road. So if you want to make a couple extra bucks, a little spending money, a little drinking money for Sunday, take the Avalanche tonight over the Red Wings.
Text or tweet us your pick, 313-888-3538.
Tweet at us at Freddie the Pizza Man.
Sports Radio DET.
Yeah, exactly.
And keep it clean.
And nothing outrageous, of course, but. So today we're going to be talking baseball, primarily baseball, as spring training gets into full effect, as the Tigers kind of already starting with some issues with Anibal Sanchez as his arm and biceps. It's just,
What else is new?
what else? Yeah, it just seems like a theme, and of course now it makes the Mike Pelfrey signing a little bit better. But I'll start with Tigers Ball Boy on Tigers rotation. The Tigers rotation, I think, is a big concern. You look at Kansas City, you look at Cleveland, even Chicago. Well, Chicago's rotation kind of not that good, but Tigers rotation has to come into question. They have some depth for the first time in a while, some depth, and Freddie talked about this last week about Michael Fulmer going to the bullpen, but now it looks like a chance for him to go in the rotation. What are your thoughts about the Tigers rotation as it is right now, with Sanchez being down, or possibly, there's bicep inflammation, which could mean anything. So, what are your thoughts about that?
Well, I think you never know with Animal. The guy's he's a train wreck sometimes, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
Dave Dabrowski special.
exactly. I think if they can have a consistent crew of guys in the rotation that can at least get through the 6th inning, and who knows what they're both in this year, but they can have a consistent setup man and a closer, I think they'll be all right. But
Can they win a division?
Honestly, no.
No.
I see him maybe second place.
Second place.
That's my guess.
We need to start a Porcello for Anibal Sanchez trade.
Just bringing them all back.
Bring Porcello, because he pitches good at Comerica Park, and send Anibal back to Dave Dabrowski.
Are you just saying that because he's Italian? Because I'll buy that too.
I don't even know. I can't confirm if Porcello's Italian, but I know
He's a Jersey boy, right?
His dad's name's Fred. So.
Oh, no wonder. Yeah.
So you got Tigers second place, third place.
I got Tigers second place. I'm gonna go Royals again.
Royals.
Central, yeah.
Gee, I wonder why.
I think they just have a consistent pitching staff, and they pretty much brought everyone back.
They know how to win too.
Yeah.
Obviously, they proved it. Obviously, they won the World Series, but they came together and they lost one. Now they won one, and they are tough, dude.
They brought their main guy back too. Not Eric Gordon. Alex Gordon.
Yeah.
And they win with Yost as a manager, so that says a lot.
Boom.
Yeah.
I mean, to win with what he does is pretty good on the field.
Yeah. I think they got a good formula right now. And, I mean, it's tough to repeat in baseball, but I think they can do it.
They can definitely. I think they could as well. The bullpen's good, but hey, Jim Price. You know, you look at that rotation, the Kansas City rotation. But look at the Tigers, but
Where's your Atchis pie?
I ate them all. Waiting for the next delivery. That snowstorm got me, folks.
you look at the 4th or 5th spot, which we've been kind of spoiled with the last couple of years. With prior to last season, where the 4th or 5th spot were always a strong point for the Tigers, but this year, who's going to get that 5th spot though? Is it going to be Fulmer? Is it going to be Boyd? Is it going to be? It looks like right now with Sanchez being out, any one of those guys can step up. But Fulmer, again, a lot of people think he belongs to the bullpen. He's a 3-pitch pitcher. He still kind of needs a little bit of work, but he's the number 1 Tigers prospect. But what are your thoughts?
I kind of like Boyd. I think we need him to perform. I think to do well on that back end, especially with going into the season. Before I woke up this morning and read, I mean, to me Sanchez was really the key. As much as Verlander has been shady and shaky, really needed to have a great season out of Sanchez this year, I felt. And then is he going to go on the DL? Is he going to be? He's fragile.
Yeah,
He can lead the league in ERA, and then he can I don't know, have some bad dance moves on the weekend, and then we lose them. So
Bad salsa?
I wasn't going to go there.
It's ironic though. When he led the ERA, it was like his first full year in the AL coming from the NL. And once they figured him out, man, they bombs away.
And
Bombs away.
there is always that.
He got that huge
factor.
contract.
I'm the new guy. I can throw, and then it's the adjustments. That's the difference. That's when you're in the tall buildings, and that's when you're down in Toledo.
Michael Boyd. Is it Michael Boyd? Boyd. Michael Boyd.
Matt Boyd?
Excuse me, Matt. Yesterday they were talking about him winning the Cy Young yesterday, all day. The old bit.
Was it Sparky Anderson?
On Sports Radio yesterday, the old bit. No, it's some guy, some sports guy was, the old bit. Spring training looks great, first game, So, I don't know, him, fifth starter. Good.
Don't know what else we have.
What about Shane Green?
I think he's got the arm for it, and
Inconsistent.
it's can he develop into something that you can rely on? I mean, I think he's a guy that could throw a no-hitter one day and then not make it out of the first inning the next the next outing. He's a real back and forth.
I think he's a bullpen guy. I think me and Roger, we talked about that. I think he's a solid 7th, 6th, 7th, maybe one day 8th inning guy.
Like a long relief kind of guy?
Yeah, maybe long relief now, but he might be able to work into a 7th, 8th inning guy, a couple years down the road, So you don't want to give up on him yet, like Verhagen,
Yeah, lefty, right?
No, Verhagen's a righty.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Strong second half last season as well.
I've been saying go out and get Mark Burley. Now I've been hearing a few chirps on Twitter that he's possibly going to retire. But he had a couple solid years last year. I think the Tigers could use a lefty in the rotation.
I think you're right, Freddie. You know who Mark Burley reminds me of a lot is when we got Kenny Rogers.
Yeah.
I think he could be the Kenny Rogers of our staff this year if we can pick him up.
Yeah.
To piggyback quick too on talking about Anibal, when Anibal had that great season, he was sandwiched in that pitching rotation with whom? I mean, we had a stellar pitching lineup that year. So, to me, it's kind of like having a great year as a hitter when you're sandwiched between 2 excellent hitters. When you lose a part of that rotation, then you might fall off a little bit. And I think that's maybe what happened to Anibal last year. And Freddie, I think you hit the nail on the head. the schematics and teams caught up to him. You know, coming from the National League to the American
Oh,
League,
yeah.
the book was out, and you're right. I mean, it seemed like every game he was just giving up bombs.
Yeah.
And coming off a year where he gave up hardly any.
Now we got Zimmerman, all that money, coming from the NL, coming to the AL, does he have a big year and then he fall off, or does, it's different, man. It's two different leagues, man.
100%. I think it's easier to pitch in the National League, and obviously because there's no DH.
Yeah.
So I'm always skeptical of pitchers coming from the NL to the AL.
Yeah.
On the flip side, and maybe not to jump what you may have on topic, Roger, I love Upton coming from the National League to the American League. To me, that's going to be phenomenal for him, and to be sandwiched in the lineup with hopefully healthy hitters, a healthy Miggy, a healthy JD, and Victor. I think sky's the limit for him, dude. I think he's going to be fantastic.
You look at Norris too. Norris coming over from the trade. Norris and Boyd being the two lefties the Tigers have in their possible in rotation with Boyd. Probably going to AAA Toledo, but I see the rotation shaping up with Verlander. I think Verlander, Zimmerman.
1 and 2.
Yeah, 1 and 2, and I think it's going to be really the third right now would have been tentatively Sanchez, but looks like it has to be Norris has to step up in that third spot rotation right now. He's cancer free. He threw pretty well last year against some really tough lineups. And, making an adjustment from coming over from Toronto. He was in the minors, and Boyd I don't think he's ready for it, but I think it's going to be Norris, then Pelfrey, and then it's either a combination of either Fulmer or honestly I can even see Green going back up there. If Green is healthy,
I don't mind it.
No, and the only reason why he struggled last year is because he started to lose feeling in his arm and fingers, and I think that whole thing really screwed him up because prior to that, everybody, I remember even some of the Detroit news headlines saying he was giving like early
Cy
Cy Young talk, which was such a amount of BS. Like, come on, it's April, guys, just repeat, But overall, I think Green's going to come back and try to get that fifth spot because right now the rotation and even pitching across the board. The Tigers have a lot of bullpen guys in the top 30 system. They have a lot of guys that can throw in the bullpen and rotation, which leads me to the next talk about the positional players. Unfortunately, they don't really have a lot of positional players in the top 30. You look at, they have a couple outfielders, but there's really not infield. They trade a lot of the way.
That's an old bit.
Yeah, but they traded. It's true. And Sanchez or Torres was traded to Cincinnati. They had a guy that traded to Milwaukee to get K-Rod. Their infield depth across the board in the farm system is depleted. But Freddie, it is an old bit, but right now you look at that, the infielders, Dixon Machado, and they have like a bunch of guys who are good decently defensive, but they don't really have any offensive bats in terms of depth wise.
Well, you're going to have, I don't even think, I personally don't think Dixon Machado's going to make the team because they signed Michael Vilas. So I think Michael Vilas can play
Anywhere.
Didn't he play for Kansas City?
Put shortstop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he can play.
Short, second,
Yeah.
He's a
outfield.
good infielder.
Yeah.
Good utility, yeah.
Yeah. So you're going to have Castellanos. You're going to have shortstop. Iglesias, Kinsler, and then Miguel. So it's going to be between Vilas and the lefty, the little short lefty. God, why am I drawing a blank on his name? It'll be those two guys.
Oh, the guy they got from the
Romine.
Oh,
Yeah, so I'm thinking it's going to be a Vilas and Romine. You're going to be your backup. Dixon Machado will probably go AAA. I think that kid's got a bright future, though. I think he can hit. I think he just got to be given a chance. And right now, he just doesn't have the room. But you know what kind of shocked me this week was the news of possibly Miguel going to third base.
Yeah.
And now I hear it's just for NL games. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it kind of came out early in the spring. I mean, are they down on Castellanos right now already, or are they just? I don't know. I thought it was kind of interesting how it came out so early in spring training.
Well, they're trying to shape up the format of the season. And I assume in the clubhouse already know that that's a possibility, and they're just letting us know through the papers. But
They never really did it before, though. That's why.
that is true. That is
You know.
true. But I would love to see Miggy at third because I don't know if it bothers any of you gentlemen here at the table, but it kind of bums me out. And I love Victor Martinez. Don't get me wrong, dude. Switch hitter, clubs the ball, got a great eye. But it bums me out that we have no flexibility within our DH because Victor really can't play the field that well.
Yeah.
So to say, I understand the point of in the National League, you move, Miggy over to third, opens up first base, Victor's bat in the lineup. But thinking long term, we're gonna have to do that again in the World Series. To me, Victor should play the field more, but I don't think he can. I think he's more of a liability.
You know who else can play first base? Is Salty Lamacchio. He can back up first
Yeah,
base
oh,
as
yeah,
well, too.
yeah.
So he's another wild card.